Alright, Buddy here from Backroad Buddies of Red Tail Lodge, and the video we want to share with you today is about John Martin Reservoir State Park. Now, it's way out on the plains in the grasslands of Colorado, and we were coming from Trinidad, so we actually just continued following the main street right through Trinidad, which then becomes US 350 and then joins into US 50, and that is part of the Santa Fe Trail auto route, which follows along pretty much along the original Santa Fe Trail. But the drive, you might call it scenic, but it gets rather monotonous because it's just wide open plains. And this was late August, so probably not the best time to go to John Martin because it was blistering hot during the day, in the hundreds every day we were there. We spent 3 nights in the Hasty campground, which is down below the dam where the John Martin Reservoir is. Now, John Martin Reservoir is the second largest body of water in Colorado, so it's a huge reservoir. But the campground was actually pretty nice. It's in this small grove of trees, so it was nice and shaded. So the campground itself was actually pretty decent. So the first full day we were there, we actually drove around a little bit. The reservoir is huge, so we didn't go all the way to the other end, but we drove over to the point overlook, which was kind of a nice scenic overlook there. Overlooks the reservoir. And kind of along the rocky cliff there in some of the bushes, we noticed the tarantula hawk, which is a large wasp. It's got one of the most painful insect stings known to man, but fortunately it's not very aggressive, but we kept our distance, but it's actually kind of an interesting looking wasp. And then we drove back down near the campground. There's a small lake below the dam called Lake Hasty. It's almost more of a pond than a lake. And that's where we decided to put our kayak in, our little SS, what we call our SS Little Buddy. And we kind of paddled around the small Lake Hasty for the first day, chasing the great blue herons around the lake. And so that kind of kept us cool because you get a little wet, at least in our kayak you do. So that kind of helped keep us cool. And then the second day we drove over to the south shore of the large reservoir, and I went out by myself in the kayak and left Buddy, stayed back at the van and got some work done. But it was I didn't cover, I don't even know how much of the reservoir I covered, not very much because it's huge. But it was a nice little paddle to get out there. But the thing that wasn't nice, and it really didn't bother me much when we were on the water, but when we were sitting along the shore, were the biting flies, and they really seemed to like me more than left Buddy. And I was just covered with bites on my arms and legs from the 2 days. So at the end of the last night, I was ready to move on. But then the last evening we were there, we were walking down to the restroom and near the Lake Hasty there, and the wind was just really blowing strong. And we happened to notice above us was, probably a couple dozen turkey vultures just soaring above our heads. And I don't know if they were just enjoying the winds and kind of soaring in the updrafts, but that was kind of neat to see as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy John Martin Reservoir State Park. Thanks for watching. If you want more details, look in the description below. There's a link to our related blog post, so check that out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Ta-ta for now.